Hey fellas, good morning. Happy Sunday. This video is why do women get so mad at us men when we tell them the truth? Last night, my wife's family kind of rallied around her and her mother for what happened to them earlier in the day. And for some strange reason, my wife put her cousin on, who was the lady who was crying one time because she didn't have a man and she said she was so lonely. She still doesn't have a man. And one of the things she asked me uh, last night, and she asked me, um, why can't she find a guy like me? Which I think was kind of a compliment. And I told her it's too late for her. The guy you were supposed to marry, you've already met him, and he obviously didn't match up to you. Now, this woman's profession now is selling cars. She's been out of work for 9 months, and she has to move south to the city of Chihuahua. She has to leave Juarez because she can't find a job. And what do you think she's going to go to Chihuahua to do? Sell cars, which means she'll probably be unemployed again in 3 or 4 months. The thing I told her is, and oh, I almost used her name. I told her she's wasted over half of her life. If I'm not incorrect, the average lifespan for a woman in the United States is 80 to 82 years old before they died. She's in her 50s. Over half of her life is over. She doesn't have a man. She doesn't have children. What is she? And I asked her, what do you plan to do when you get older? She plans to go live with one of her two brothers or their kids. Ladies, that's insane. You just assume you can barge into somebody's life and they're going to take care of you? It boggles my mind. Well, then she called me in Spanish an asshole, pendejo, and told me I was bruto. I think that's crude, bruto, bruto pendejo. And then she walked off. And Maria came back and my wife's eyes were like that. And I said, she's too old. And there it is. My wife's a lot younger than I am. Hell, we could have kids if I wanted any. Anyways, I'm not saying this to be mean, but you can't. If you're over 35 as a woman and you're not in a lockdown relationship, you did something wrong. And of course, 99.99999 out to the infinite symbol, it's always the man's fault. He did something wrong. Not that you're unrealistic or delusional or you have unrealistic expectations of what living an average life is. I don't live purposely a life of luxury. I waited over 50 years to buy a Lexus. Prior to that, I had a Honda Civic. Prior to that, I had a Toyota Camry. Prior to that, I had a motorcycle. That was it. Those are the few cars I've had in my lifetime. Can I afford to walk around in $100 shirts and that kind of stuff and pants and a Gucci this and da da da? That's not what I'm about. I just want to live a nice, normal, peaceful life. And it's mind-boggling to me that again, the 99.9% of women have a laundry list of requirements for the guy, but they don't know what the guy wants. And they seemed shocked when they're 53. I almost said her name again. You're 53 and you're still single, and no one wants to date you, and you can't figure out why a guy like me doesn't want you. maybe because you're short, way overweight. I'm just bad attitude. There is a massive reason I love and support the Men Go Their Own Way Red Pill community. I love the fact that guys just checked out. Because why play a rigged game? If you're a man, why would you ever want to play a rigged game? And oh, by the way, if you're 52 and you have a nose piercing here, a bull piercing here, that's not attractive. Men, traditional or provider males, don't find that attractive. If you have too many earrings around here, you have a tattoo on the side of your neck, your eyebrows are, I don't know, it's hard to look at the girl because you're like, just about anything you can do to be anti-attractive to a man, that woman does on a regular basis. Talks with her mouth open while she's eating. It's loud. Has a laugh like a hyena. It's just... And she wonders why she can't find a guy at age 53. Oh, yeah, she is 53. She'll be 54 here in a few weeks. And all I did is I told her nobody like me is looking for somebody like that. At my age, I'm 60. I want to invite a headache into my life. A 53-year-old woman. No. And then she gets mad at me, calls me an asshole and a brute. Or that brutal. Yeah, brute. I'm a brute and then an asshole. Men aren't going to play a rigged game anymore. Young men are a lot smarter than you give them credit for. And what are they going to do with? I don't know. What are you going to do when the guy can find decent sex from a robot? What are you ladies going to do then? And you could say the same thing for the women. What are men going to do with when women can just be satisfied from a robot? Well, then you don't want to be in a relationship. You don't want to build a family. And you know what? We're all going to get old. Maybe we'll have robots take care of us. Maybe this will all pan itself out. But in the meantime, you're never going to know what it's like to have someone you love in your life. Why is that such a difficult thing? A woman will show more empathy and compassion for a cat or a dog or an animal they choose to keep than they will for a man. You got standards, ladies. You got a laundry list of things you want. And at the end of the day, you're still shocked that you're single. I'm not, and I wasn't trying to be harsh to her or rude to her, but I'm not going to not give her a direct answer to the direct question she asked me. And anytime I try to talk, and I'm telling you, women around here, women that used to work in the factories, women that used to get paid barely a living wage and were living beyond their means, they're losing their jobs left and right. So, I don't know, man. I'll title it. I'll put the title with the first sentence I put in there, like, why are you mad at me for telling you the truth? I'll put it, ladies, why are you mad at me for telling you the truth? It's almost like modern women or older women who are not traditional women at all. There's no way you could get to be that age and still not have a husband or a family. How come none of them know what we as men want from them? And a simple thing, I can ask my wife, will you go make me a sandwich? I'm doing something, I'd like you to get me a sandwich. My wife would stop what she was doing and go and get me a sandwich. It's just... Anyways, I know the guys know what I'm talking about, but if any lady listens, you can't have it all. And if you get past 35 and you don't have a ring on your finger, I hate it for you. You're just gonna have situationships, and if that's what you want, that's fine. But don't come crying to me at age 53, asking like, "What's going on?" She's lonely. She hasn't had a job. She's man, you just fucking stop. Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, take care of yourselves. Like a fort in a G-string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.